What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a 2016 with an AC leak, and it's a pretty crazy spot where I've never seen an actual AC leak on an 11 through 16. I want to show you guys where it's at and what you got to do to fix it. All right, guys, let's check it out. Alright guys, thanks so much for coming back, checking out the channel, and what potential AC line that you could possibly need for your 11 through 16. Now this was something that I haven't really seen before, and I wanted to show you guys exactly where this was leaking and how you're going to fix it. You're going to go out and look at your truck. I want everybody to bring me outside. Let's go underneath your truck, get a good light, and I want you guys to come under the front passenger side, and I want you guys to look for that AC line. Okay, that is going to the front AC condenser right by the radiator, but it also goes back alongside the frame and goes to the firewall. But if your line is not orientated right, or is now started to rest on the body, you guys can see our chafe spot right here. I wanted to see if I could get a better angle. Let me see if I can. Got nothing but mud falling on me. Telltale sign which alerted me to a leak was the green AC oil dye that is on the right front cab mount. Very easy to see, even when it's nasty and dirty like this is. It's that AC line right there. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get up in there. Maybe if I go like this. Watch this line move. There we go. Look at that. The chunk that's taken out of that. You guys see that? Let's see if we can go any further in so we can really see. We're gonna take it out and look at it, but just sitting in the truck. Go look at your guys' truck. Look at that chunk missing. Wow. We could have, noticed that, prevented it, and put a piece of rubber tubing or, rubber hose over it. Definitely gonna cause a leak and not make the AC work. So in order to remedy that, you are gonna need to replace this AC line. And that AC line is a Motorcraft part. This is under warranty, under this gentleman's premium care. So we're gonna go ahead and access that. You guys have seen my radiator removal videos on how to pretty much disassemble this whole front. I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna remove the grille. I may remove the headlight. I don't know if he's got any wiring or anything aftermarket behind here. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the air filter, the lower box, and I'm gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna take the fender liner out. I might have to. It is going to be kind of muddy. I don't want to fight with that, but I'm going to see if I can weasel my small hands in there and my Milwaukee quarter drives and see if I can finagle that pipe out. So without further ado, I'm going to get a rolling. Now, one thing you're going to have to do is evacuate the AC. However, in this case, this truck is completely empty. We have absolutely nothing coming out, so make sure to evacuate that according to local ordinances. We don't want to let this go to the atmosphere. However, to charge it, you're really going to need a machine. So if you're going to be using the machine, just use it to suck it out if it has not already leaked out. But now we're going to start taking stuff apart. This is where I'm sticking my trim tool in, and I'm popping the clip down in that hole so it comes out of that receptacle. Really no big deal. So this is the connection we're going for right here. This AC line that's going right through there. So we're actually gonna need to just loosen this up. We have two 13 millis right here and a 10 milli going right through here, which I'm putting my finger in here and there is no 10 milli. So depending whether or not your truck has it, you will have a 10 mil here, two 13 mils. Just pop this out and then we'll be able to get just a little more play in this plastic piece that goes along the front of the radiators. Now we have a 13 mil. We're just going to take this nut off and we're going to start loosening this line from the front. Now I've had some times where this stud, this steel stud, is actually really corroded in the line, the aluminum line. So sometimes this connection is a little hard to break loose, but this one looks like it's in fairly decent shape. So it should just wiggle right apart, just like that. You guys can see just a little bit of corrosion. So that's what you might be fighting. I've had it where this whole mating surface is completely corroded up with oxidation. All right, after taking this off, I'm gonna have to take the fender liner out because there's really, I don't know, there's really no access to get back there. If you had a gas truck, yeah, because you wouldn't have an EGR cooler, but I can't really get over there, so we're gonna have to get all muddy over here. Not looking forward to it. 5.5. We are in the failed location. You guys can see the line. Look at it where it was chafing right on the body. Right here. Just chafe. So we have gotten way more access. We're going to pop the AC line out of its clips and we're going to have that connection there and the connection you guys saw me look at underneath the hood where I sort of couldn't get, but we're going to try to finagle those two connections out and then we're going to remove this line from the truck. Go check your trucks, you guys. I want to know in the comment section, is your AC line near the body? If it is, go move it. Okay, the line is ready to come out. Let me get my light out the way. And we're going to slowly pull this out of the evaporator connection. Okay. Everything seems to be loose. Now we do have the low side port that we're going to be obviously fighting as this is coming through. Try to manipulate this line out of the way. This is the line you disconnected. I just take this and put it down out of the way where it's not going to get any debris on it. And then this will allow you to get your pipe now down. Make sure you take note on how you're pulling this out, because it's gonna have to go back in the exact same way. Here it is, pulling it out. Lighten the connection here in the front. Here it comes. Alright. Here it is. Check that failure point out. Let's get the other camera on it. Look at that failure, guys. Finally, with the line out, you guys can see how badly it was chafing that body piece right there. Now, if your guys' truck is anywhere close to that and you're not comfortable with bending your line, you could always get some rubber hose and cut the rubber hose in half long ways and put it over the line and kind of insulate it. You could get a section here on this and then a section here, so that may be something that you might want to try to inhibit yourself from having to replace this line. So we're gonna get the new one on. I'm gonna get it installed and pretty much gonna get to the point where we gotta hook the AC machine up, because you guys saw me take it out, and we're just gonna reverse the removal process. So cheerio. Get the AC machine here is right behind me. Gonna get that hooked up. This is gonna take 1.63 pounds. So, you know, take note of using the correct charge. 6.7s usually just take the same charge. There's no front or rear AC. Then we're gonna have to put that stinky fender liner back in, but before I do that, I guess I can pop this back on. This was no big deal. You all should be very fluent in removing your air filter for checking that. This air filter is actually not in bad shape, so trust me, I've seen worse. Oh, look, there you guys are. So we're just going to reuse that. I will wipe the lid, though. Make sure we have a nice seal for our rubber gasket. Give that a good wipey-do. Go ahead and put the filter back in. Got the lid. Now my trick is I like to twist and push it in, and then I get the fingers engaged, and I like to hit the box right there on the side, so that I can manipulate it into its seating position. That's on. We'll tighten that clamp down. Got that 8 milli. Okay, we're gonna move back downstairs. We're gonna put this fender liner in, and yeah, you guys can wish me luck because it's gonna be nasty and dirty. I like to keep the fender liners here when I'm not working on them. Just keep its, you know, molded position. Just a little trick that I do. But I'm gonna go ahead. Let me grab my tools. I think that was it. Got a trim tool down here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. And if you guys remember here, let me get the light back on. We had a couple of connectors here. If you guys remember, we had a couple of connectors here going to this coolant line and the AC line. So I'm gonna take this and put it right back on to the coolant line. And I'm gonna make sure to pop that detent into the fender liner so that, you know, it's going to have its support. So yeah, I don't think the light's going to be able to stay here. Okay, where's my first hole? That's for the harness. This one's right here. I'll go ahead and clip that in. Some don't even have these on the truck for whatever reason. They've fallen off, or technicians haven't, you know, put them back in after, you know, repairing. It's hard to work with braille sometimes. Okay, I got that electrical connector. Here's our trim clip. We're gonna get this behind the tabs. Dust and mud flying everywhere. All right. Okay, I feel good about it. I'm gonna go ahead and get my 8 milli right here. I like to hang the liner. I think we can get the light back on. I got this new light from Snap-on. Not a big Snap-on guy, but big light dude. And I saw that they had this light, so I had to pick it up. Tell me what you guys think about that. It's pretty sweet. I like it. Got 2 banks of lights that can be on, and this light. Magnet. Must have. Okay, get these little guys started. Alright, before we get these little guys started, we're gonna hook up the AC machine so we can do 2 things at once. While we're putting this fender liner on, we can be sucking our system down into a vacuum. Now, you can achieve this same thing, you know, using a vacuum pump and a gauge set. Definitely would prefer you use a machine, but if you guys are doing this at home, I don't think people are gonna have a machine just at their disposal. So please make sure you're gonna do it safely and use the right amount. Gonna hook our low side line. It's hard to get your hand in here because of this coolant line. Let's see if we can get up here. There we go. Couldn't get the right angle on the dangle. All right, AC machine is hooked up. We're gonna pull it down in a vacuum. I'm gonna do 5 minutes. These trucks are usually pretty good if we have a nice and tight system, which usually we do if we don't have any chafed hoses and such. So we're gonna just go ahead and start these little guys, not fully tightening them. Get them all started first. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them. Now we're coming back for the 8 millis. We got 5 of them. Okay, our liner is back in. Let's get all of our tools back upstairs. We got to put the grill in yet, which is obviously no big deal. We're gonna get the grill. No big deal to snap in. No electrical connectors, assuming you don't have anything aftermarket. Engaging the clips down there, and we're just gonna go ahead and tighten them down. Remember, these are going into plastic, so we're not gonna be hammering these things down. All right, we're gonna go check the vacuum, see how far we are. Okay, vacuum just finished. We're not gonna change pump oil, we're gonna charge this. We're gonna do 1.63 pounds. We're gonna charge it through the high side. I am gonna inject some oil. We have some oil here in the bin, if you guys, not the bin, but the little bottle. So I'm gonna hit yes, and I'm gonna inject oil. And I'm gonna give it a few ounces here, because this didn't have anything in it. Okay, I'm gonna hit stop. And we're gonna go ahead and charge this system. We're gonna be charging through the high side line. So that is what I can denote through the machine based on the selection of where we input the charge. So it's usually where I always go. We're gonna check pressures after we're done and get this guy back on the road. All right, guys, that is it. We're gonna let the AC machine finish. Almost there. Going to turn our part back in for warranty return, and going to do our final retest to ensure that our AC system, obviously with that hole, that's a problem, but it's now going to be intact and this guy's going to be cooling down the road. Let me know in the comment section if anybody's ever had to replace this line on their truck. Did you have an AC leak here? Did you have an AC leak here? Here. Let me know. We want to talk about it on live stream. What'd you guys do to remedy it? And if it was that line, did you go to OEM? Let me know. We want to talk about it. Make sure to hit that like. Join us. We got a lot of great stuff coming on the channel. And as always, I thank you guys all for watching. And remember to like, comment, sub, share. See you.